the different sites
if they were
initially
interconnected,
all the same thing. Does that pattern hold true throughout the whole thing? Is there like one that's in the center that's much taller? Do we know even?
I don't know.
It's really hard to say too, because quite a few of the stones have been removed at various points over the time, and a lot, and they haven't been carefully guarded. They've been there for thousands of years.
So
and like I said, it's only very recently in history that we got this idea that we should preserve stuff like this.
Yeah,
so
there's roads through them. It's notorious for people to make the what is the stones that were stacked up into a grave? What'd you call that again?
Oh, the menhir? Or you mean
without the dirt on top?
Without the dirt on top. That is a dolmen.
A dolmen.
Yeah.
So the dolmens have been used as chicken coops and places to keep your sheep when it rains.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So they haven't been treated well.
I was gonna say if they were like just lines that come towards like a center meeting point, what if they were the tribes coming together and like making like small offerings and bigger and bigger and bigger every time, and they meet in the middle and they have their biggest offering of stones to each other? But that theory doesn't hold.
Yeah,
so
no, didn't seem to follow through.
I don't know. Yeah.
I just felt like I needed to share it.
No, any of all theories are appreciated. So who the heck knows?
So Joe likes the necropolis theory.
Yeah.
Steve?
I go with the tribes. I don't think that it was necessarily X number of tribes, but I think they are grave markers. It seems to make the most sense to me.
Yeah.
It's definitely not seismic. How about you?
I like aliens.
Yeah, you're going to go with that.
No, I think, aliens withstanding. I think that, grave marker, not grave markers, but death markers.
Yes, monuments.
Yeah. Monuments, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think if the aliens were not involved with it, they would have brought up the cool laser rock cutting tools and made beautiful, perfect key tags and stuff like that.
Which exist in other historic.
They do.
Yeah.
You're right.
We'll deal with those.
Well, that's for another show.
That's a different time.
Okay, so anyway, so I guess that about concludes our presentation. Unfortunately, this is probably the first time we haven't solved the mystery.
I'm afraid we haven't.
I thought we did. It was aliens.
No, it was not aliens.
Yeah. Well, okay, so and before I start reading off, please send us money. We're going to talk. We're going to deal with a little bit of reader mail. As you know, we're pretty much inundated. So what we do is we just every now and again we randomly grab a message off the top of the pile to read to you guys. And that way, whoever wrote the message to us gets this thrill of knowing that his name is mentioned on our podcast. So, Steve, would you like to read this email?
Yeah, I'll do the honors today. So we've got an email here from Andrew. Andrew said he discovered our podcast this morning. He had listened to all of them already while he was driving to work. Evidently, he drives a lot.
That's a hell of a commute there, dude.
Holy mackerel!
Well, evidently, he drives for a living, is what it sounds like.
Okay, yeah.
So he did suggest a couple of topics for us, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We love it when people do that. One of them was the Lost Colony of Roanoke, which is actually one that I've had on my list to look into.
Which is so funny because I feel like it's so pointless to do.
I think it's interesting.
No,
it
that's
is.
fair.
It's interesting. And then
the other one is the Dyatlov Pass incident. Does that?
I think that's the one I'm thinking about. That's the one where some skiers went way up into the mountains in Russia somewhere. And
their
bodies were found like wearing only underwear and then mangled and irradiated.
Something like that.
With their tongues torn out.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
so
I've heard of that.
Obviously, that one's a really good one. We're probably going to do that. Thanks for bringing that up. He says he knows that they're well-known ones, but he wanted to hear our theories and opinions on them, and we'll put them on the docket. So here's the reason that I chose this one to say, because it's kind of what our drive was when we started.
Because he says nice things about us. That's not that usual. Yeah.
And I'm just going to read from the email. He says, again, I thoroughly enjoyed the podcast and the website. It's refreshing to listen to three intelligent people discuss these topics in a logical, informative kind of way that steers away from the kooky, theatrical, embellished way of storytelling. Unfortunately, that seems to have become the norm when discussing conspiracy theories, unsolved mysteries, whatnot. So anyways, from one sideways thinker to another, keep up the good work. That's what we've got from it. So, hey, Andrew, thanks a lot, buddy.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you.
the email.
Thanks, Andrew.
Sorry, we apparently probably can't keep up with the demand that you have.
No, we're actually looking for a couple of interns to read the mail. So if you would like to apply,
No. Anyway.
Yeah, what's our
So that was listener mail. So how can people get a hold of us, Joe?
how can they get a hold of us? Phone, email?
Well, they could email us.
I'll go ahead and
jump on this.
Yeah.
They could email us at thinkingsidewayspodcast@gmail.com.
Oh, that's one way.
Which is a great way. And then we also have a website, which is just thinkingsidewayspodcast.com.
Yeah.
You can leave us a comment, which somebody left us a comment earlier, which was pretty great. I got a chance to respond, which was nice. And it proved me right and you guys wrong. So, but you guys are probably listening on iTunes, and that's fine.
I have not yet read that comment, so I can't comment on the comment.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I usually let the interns deal with that.
Yeah. No, but those are two really great ways to get a hold of us.
Yeah, we love to hear from you folks. So if you got thoughts, anything like that, go ahead and let us know.
Yeah, if if that doesn't work, write a note, tie it to a brick, throw it through our window if you can find our window. But,
you
or just
go
any
to the
random
Brittany,
window. Yeah,
go to the Brittany. Deface one of the rocks.
No,
yeah,
no, stop now. We're not going to be responsible for that.
Oh, you're right.
Okay, fine. All right, well, that is about it, folks. We're going to see you next week. Toodaloo. Thinking Sideways is not brought to you by a secret entrance to your house that everyone but you knows about. No, instead, it's brought to you by your local animal shelter. Yes, that's right. You want to get yourself a new, wonderful, lifelong friend, then go to your local animal shelter or humane society or something before you go to the pet store, because there's so many little cute friends out there who are just waiting to find a good home. You don't need to actually go to a store and buy one, really. But also, if you've already got a furry friend but you still want to help out, well, there's always money. They need money bad. And you can also donate your time if you don't have money to spare. And actually, I found volunteering to be a rewarding experience myself, and I've met new people and had a great time. So definitely do it. You'll meet lots of wonderful cats and dogs. And who knows, maybe you'll break down and bring one home anyway. And that's about it. So please help out our little fuzzy friends. Thanks. Thinking Sideways.
Hey, that was a pretty good intro, huh? Okay, well, we just wanted to pop in and say thank you so much to our listener, Nick.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah!
For creating our new theme song.
It's awesome.
It's pretty cool. Oh, on to the show. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Thinking Sideways, the podcast. I am Devin, joined this week by
Joe
and
Steve.
And today we're going to do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
You may remember we've done these sort of things before, but we're going to do a three-fer mystery, kind of. But we kind of wanted to change it up. We're tired of talking about murdered and disappeared kids and
we are. I love
really
that
awful stuff.
We've had a lot happen,
of us.
and we've got a lot more in the hopper.
Yeah, we've got a lot more coming down. So we thought we would do something a little different. And
give you guys a break.
We're going to talk about cartoon conspiracies is what we're calling them, but kind of weird theories that people have regarding cartoons or cartoon universes or anything like that. And each of us has our own that we like. And I'm going to start because I'm bossy pants.
You are.
And mine is the most interesting.
She's sitting in the big chair.
It's true. I'm driving this
It makes
thing.
you look tiny, but okay.
I know. I'm sorry. I just like it so much. I know you guys are freaked out by it, but it's fine. I'm going to talk about the Pixar universe, which I think many of my contemporaries will know, and then, people who have kids will also be familiar with the Pixar universe.
Hey, come on. Some of us just watch these movies.
I was going to say,
like
it does
them.
turn out that Steve has seen more Pixar movies than I have.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I've not seen very many at all.
Yeah,
to tell you the
that's
truth.
because you don't have kids and you're an adult.
Probably, yeah.
I, however, am not an adult, I mean.
I think I did see The Incredibles. That was a Pixar movie,
It
right?
was, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I saw that one.
So I'm going to start off by saying that most of the credit for this sort of theory goes, there's a book written about this whole world, and we won't do it even a little bit of justice because I'm not going to write a book for you guys right now. Sorry.
Somebody actually wrote a book about this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. His name is John Nagiri. and he wrote a book. So if this interests you and you want to know more about the theory, you should definitely do that. But I thought I'd start off by giving some credit where credit is due. And I'm super intrigued by this, and he's not the only person who's added to this whole timeline, but I just want to get that out in the open first.
Kind of a zeitgeist moment.
Yeah. So basically, this theory is that Pixar all takes place in the same universe.
All their movies.
All of their movies, every single one, and it's actually a continual timeline. And so I'm going to talk about how these movies all fit together, and Joe's going to have nothing to say about it, and Steve's going to have a lot to say about it.
I'll still have something to say. Don't you worry. I'll make something up.
So in this theory, and there's a big reveal at the end of like what really ties it all together. I'm not gonna spoil it for you guys.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Wait, I can flip ahead.
You can. Yeah. It actually says at the top there what it. Yeah. Anyway, so obviously this universe would start with Brave, the movie. Mm-hmm. You guys, I haven't actually seen Brave yet, but
not yet.
Oh yeah.
But Steve has seen Brave a lot.
Like
17
favorite
go to sleep movie. And so this theory starts with Merida discovering the will of the wisps, which is like magic, right? It's this blue magic-y thing. In the movie, sorry, spoilers alert, everybody, it turns her mother into a bear.
Ooh. Does the bear eat her?
No.
Oh.
But the will of the wisps does explain why animals and inanimate objects can behave like humans. So this kind of starts this whole Pixar universe of, weird things being very human. What's that? What's the word for that? It's
anthropomorphize. You screwed me up when you interrupted me. Anthropomorphize.
Yeah. In Brave, the movie, there's this old witch who utilizes the magic, and she mysteriously vanishes through wooden doors. That's her mode of transportation, is she goes in and out of wooden doors.
I mean, she opens them and steps through the doorway?
And then closes them and bye.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, who knew?
So this sort of magic, according to this theory, is what leads to the rise of superheroes, which leads us to Incredibles. And the Incredibles, they are, in that universe and in that world, the superheroes are really maintaining peace and order in the world, as with any good superhero franchise. But Buddy, you guys remember Buddy?
Oh yeah. Never wear a cape, Buddy.
Never wear a cape, Buddy. He created self-serving AI robots and a high-tech, what it's called, zero-point energy, which is just an electromagnetic energy that exists in a vacuum sort of thing. This is kind of where we start to see negative stuff come from the inanimate objects being basically self-aware. So this leads us to Toy Story 1. In Toy Story 1, it's kind of when we start to see toys absorb this zero-point energy, which is, derived from the Will of the Wisps magic energy. It travels, it's unseen, and the first signs of life from toys are present because of Buddy, whose syndrome, right? His technical prowess, I guess, is what you could say.
This is why we have Woody and everybody else.
Yeah, and the toys, for their part, they come up with kind of rules and learn that human love can kind of enrich their lives and all of that stuff. And so they're really abiding by that, so that's fine, no problem. But then in Toy Story 2, we kind of start to discover that some toys have isolated themselves, and that's obviously very dangerous.
Because human love is actually overrated, as we all learn as adults.
It's not actually.
It's a bit fickle sometimes, too. I think, with your toy, you can get sent off to the Goodwill or stuffed into a box.
Or left in a field, in Jessie's case.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. We're going to take
She was the cowgirl, right?
She was the cowgirl, yeah. We're going to take a little slight divergence here and hop into the ocean with Finding Nemo. We find that fish are actually incredibly advanced as well at this point. They, have schools. They have a network of highways, basically. I mean,
whoa, dude!
Whoa, dude! Yeah. Dory is an animal in that world. Everybody knows who Dory is because it's Ellen DeGeneres, so everybody knows who that is. And the theory is that she was actually experimented on by humans, which is why she's so forgetful.
Except Story 2. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'll just wait. Finding Nemo 2 kind of spears that whole idea, but I'll leave it alone.
Well, why would anybody experiment on a fish like that? Why not just catch her and eat her?
Yeah,
Finding Nemo 2 is not anywhere in this theory.
It's not. So do you want to
Finding Nemo 2 tracks Dory's origins, and I don't remember any experimentation happening in there.
Well, she's forgetful.
She was forgetful since she was the itsy bitsyest thing ever.
Well, maybe her parents were experimented on. That's why she's forgetful.
Ooh. LSD for fish.
Yeah.
Actually, what happened? It was a shipment, an illicit shipment from South America, and the Coast Guard was about to board their ships, and they tossed it overboard. And fish food. Whoa, man. Yeah,
whoa, man.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Their gums were all itchy. Poor fish.
Poor fish, yeah. And we also see this animal kind of curiosity and also heightened enlightenment, I guess, self-awareness with Ratatouille, which is one of my favorite Pixar movies. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's one about a rat.
I like the idea of rats.
You like the idea of rats in control.
I don't know.
Weirdo.
It's weird. Anyway.
Ratatouille, by the way, is French for rat-a-tat-tat. Well, it's the sound of machine gun makes in the comics.
Conspiracy!
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh. This is the first time that we see an actual interaction between, right? In Finding Nemo, there's some kind of interaction between humans and fish, but not
It's
actual.
pretty loose.
Yeah, it's terrifying interactions mostly, which is
What was
causing
that little
the
girl's name when she stuck her face on?
Yeah, with the braces.
Yeah.
No, no, not interested. But it's interesting because in the first interaction in the Pixar universe that we see animals interacting with humans, it's to the purpose of controlling a really idiotic human.
He was kind of dumb.
Luigi's kind of dumb, yeah.
That's how the rat's controlling the human.
That was
Yes.
Linguini.
Linguini. What did I say?
Luigi.
Oh, yes, Linguini.
I was like, where's Mario?
I don't know.
Come on. Okay, get it
The rat.
together.
Get it together, Devin. Jeez. Then 3 years later, we hit Toy Story 3. Now, toys have gone through a lot with humans at this point.
Grinder.
Yeah, I mean, they've been physically and emotionally abused. A lot of the toys that we see in this movie just straight up hate humans because humans discard toys like they're just objects because, frankly, humans, I think, don't know that they're sentient beings at this point. And it's not like the toys are doing much to, let
Well, they're pretty
the humans
sneaky about the
know.
whole thing, frankly.
Yeah.
It serves them right, kind
Yeah.
of.
The Green Army men, though, they're the ones they're the fighting force.
They are.
Except they turn out their Achilles heel is a magnifying glass in the sun.
Oh, yeah, I had a whole set of those guys. I loved those things when I was a kid. Not just last year. I mean, this was a long time ago.
Yeah,
They're all in the basement still.
they are
Yeah.
melted
All set
together
up,
and
yeah.
weird shapes, and it's fine. This kind of helps to set the stage for the uprising that we're going to see in the coming years of the sentient machines and toys and other things.
Previously inanimate objects.
Previously inanimate objects, yes. This is when we get to Up, and everybody starts crying hysterically.
Oh, no. Why? Why am I crying?
Did you see Up?
No.
Oh, you just watch the first 5 minutes. Well, you're heartless. You might not cry.
Let me guess. His mother gets shot by a hunter. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes, for all of you who haven't
Spoiler
seen
alert.
Up out there, yes, that is exactly
Wait,
what
that's
happened.
Bambi.
Dang it!
No, you say.
Wrong universe.
So this theory continues on that Carl and Ellie actually write to Andy to try to get rid of to try to convince him to get rid of the toys. There's no actual backup evidence for this connection at all, but we'll go with it. Why not? And the reason that they want to go live in solitude is because they know that this uprising is coming, and so they are trying to get out so that they aren't a part of it and they can just live their human life.
Now, I think you need to let people know that this is a whole series of clues in the movie. Like, there's a letter from Carl and Ellie pinned in Andy's room. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Because that's how this distinction or this chain of events is kind of being assembled. It's not just.
So you may not know. I guess I've gotten this far. You may not know. I just assumed everyone would. That in Pixar movies, there's stuff that references. They call them Easter eggs a lot, but there's little bits of reference to connect all of the different movies together with common threads and themes. And so that's where the basis of this whole theory comes from, is the fact that it seems like they're connected, but why would they all be connected? And especially when we start getting into the Cars
Farther
sort
deeper
of
in, yeah.
world where humans just don't even exist at all. What could be the explanation for all of these things existing in the same world?
Yeah.
Thanks. That's good for me to just not be plowing through.
Yeah, no, suddenly
Spoiler
I was
after
like, wait
spoiler
a
after
second.
spoiler,
I
yeah.
just remember the was it a postcard? Is that what was in?
I think so,
something
but
like that.
It was something.
Postcard?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I think it's Toy Story 2. There's a bulletin board, and it's 1 or 2. I
thought it was 3.
Maybe 3. Well, in Andy's room, there's a cork board. And he's got things pinned to it, and one of the things is a postcard, right?
Yeah. I think it's postcard.
I think it's a postcard, and it's from Carl and Ellie, who are the characters from Up. So this is like that, now Toy Story 3 and Up didn't come out at the same time, so there's this weird back and forth little bits that are in the background suddenly becoming things that are in the foreground in another movie.
Totally, yeah. So in Up, again, spoilers, I guess. Carl is...
Let's just apply a spoiler blanket to this episode.
Yeah, which we did already. So, Carl is forced to give up his house to a corporation, which is big and large, which we'll
B&L.
B&L, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute, because they're expanding the city, basically. This is foreshadowing, obviously. The corporation is the cause for the pollution of the earth, and we'll get to this when we talk about WALL-E. But it's mostly as a result of technology overreach, basically, which we a little bit, and it references real world stuff right now too. Charles, who's the main antagonist in Up, well, one of the many main antagonists in Up, he has this army of dogs, which he kind of abuses, and you remember the golden retriever from Up.
Of course, yeah.
At this point, Carl kind of figures out that animals can communicate with humans, and also that animals are not happy with humans at all. And so the training of the dogs, the really inhumane treatment of animals, leads to the tipping point of the war.
The war between what? The animals and people?
Animals and people.
What about the machines?
The machines get in, right?
They're coming.
Yeah.
They're coming, buddy.
Yeah.
They're coming for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So...
Does this war appear on screen? Or
No.
It's implied?
This is kids' movies. This is like PGG movie. This is just an assumption that people are making that a war happened.
The most violent thing that ever happens in a Pixar movie happens in the beginning of everyone, where that silly lamp squishes the eye. That's the most violent thing that ever happens.
I think that's actually true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For reasons that are not totally clear to me, I think you have to read the book to totally understand why. But for some reason, machines decided to come and save the humans.
Sided with us?
They sided with the humans, maybe because we recreated them or something, I don't know. But we all know how that goes.
They also know if they want to be maintained and lubricated, they kind of got to have us around.
Well,
right?
Not according to the Cars universe, actually. But,
really?
Yeah. But we do know how this always goes. Machines rise up and they're like, we're going to help you. But then the machines, of course, realize, oh, hey, actually, it'd be super easy for us to defeat you as well. So,
Well, that's why they